Hello, this is Fátima Herrera and Shadia Montalván, and today we're going to present Search Everywhere Optimization. First, I want you to think of the way you search. For example, when I want to look for recipes, I go to TikTok. Or if I want to know more about a product, I go to Reddit and check the reviews. So that's how our audiences are behaving. They're looking for solutions in different platforms, and that's why SEO is not enough anymore. If your brand is only on Google, then you're missing huge audiences out there. So search everywhere optimization includes web search, social media, marketplaces, voice assistants and AI, local search, and reviews. Now that we understand what search everywhere optimization includes, let's take a look at how current digital trends are shaping it and why it's becoming essential. Let's talk about how trends have shifted search. Search is no longer Google first. Users search by intent, not by platform. Discovery is visual and conversational, so people now search based on what feels natural at the moment. For example, you look for tutorials on YouTube and TikTok, you look for product opinions on Reddit or reviews, you look for local services on Maps or City Mapper, then also you look for quick answers on AI, and search behavior has fragmented and optimization has to follow. Let's talk about impact on audience engagement. Search everywhere optimization improves engagement because users don't feel advertised to. They discover content organically through platforms they already trust, like social media, Reddit, or AI tools. That means content meet users where they already are. The higher the relevance, the higher the engagement is. Search everywhere doesn't just drive awareness, it influences buying decisions. Many consumers discover products on TikTok or Amazon before even visiting the brand website. AI tools and platforms algorithms now decide what gets down. Brands must structure content so it's readable, searchable, and relevant across different systems, not just SEO bots.
Okay, so now let's talk about why this trend is actually important. So, search everywhere optimization reflects how people really behave online today. Users don't rely on just one platform anymore. They move between search engines, social media, marketplaces, and AI tools depending on what they need. So because of that, this approach improves both the engagement and discoverability, since brands are showing up where users are already searching in. It also supports long-term performance instead of relying on short-term tactics tied to a single platform. And finally, it helps future-proof a brand's digital strategy. As technology and platforms continue to evolve, brands that adapt to search everywhere will stay visible and competitive. While search everywhere optimization has a lot of benefits, it also faces some challenges. So first, one major issue is that it's hard to track performance platforms since each platform uses different metrics and reporting tools. Another challenge is convincing leadership to invest, especially because this approach goes beyond traditional SEO and often requires new tools, skills, and also budget. There are also limited resources such as time, talent, and budget, which makes it difficult for teams to manage multiple platforms effectively. On top of that, brands are facing constant change and with new platforms and also with frequently changing algorithms. Finally, team coordination can be different since SEO, social media, and content teams often work separately, but they need to collaborate closely for their strategy to succeed. One of the biggest challenges with search everywhere optimization is the tracking and reporting performance. So because brands are active across so many platforms, it becomes difficult for them to measure the overall impact in a clear way. Each platform uses different metrics, so teams often rely on manual data gathering, like pulling numbers into a spreadsheet, which is time-consuming and also inefficient. On top of that, there are limited integrated reporting tools that combine all the data from all the platforms into a single view. So as a result, it is hard for teams to clearly show the performance and prove the return on investment, especially when reporting the results to leadership. Another major challenge is convincing leadership to invest in search everywhere optimization. So because this strategy is still relatively new, leaders may hesitate to invest in something that feels unfamiliar for them compared to traditional SEO. This approach also requires more than just optimizing websites. It often needs additional budget, tools, talent, and also time, which can make the decision makers a little cautious. Without clear short-term results, it can be difficult to justify the investment. So as a result, teams need to gather strong data and clear explanations to show leadership why this strategy is necessary for long-term growth and for visibility. Another key challenge is limited resources, including time, talent, and budget. Search everywhere optimization requires brands to be active on more platforms, which means creating more content and doing more optimization work overall. So for many organizations, especially for the smaller companies, this can be difficult to manage. Teams often struggle to keep up with the growing demand while still maintaining quality and consistency across all the platforms. As a result, brands have to be really careful in prioritizing where they will invest their resources and also focus on the platforms that deliver the most impact for them. Another challenge is dealing with too many platforms and with their constant change. Managing multiple platforms at the same time can cause a lot of complexity, especially when each platform has different content formats. On top of that, algorithms are constantly changing, especially for social media and also for AI-driven platforms. What works today may not work tomorrow, which makes it a little difficult for brands to maintain consistent visibility. So because of these, teams need to really stay flexible and continuously adapt their strategies to keep up with these platform changes. Another challenge is team coordination. In many organizations, SEO, social media, and content teams work separately, each focusing on different goals. However, for search everywhere optimization, it requires that these teams collaborate closely. Without this coordination, the messaging can become inconsistent and the visibility opportunities may be missed. So as a result, strong cross-team communication is essential, but it can be difficult to manage across multiple platforms and priorities. This is an example of traditional search engine optimization using Google. Here, content is optimized to rank in search results based on keywords and relevance, helping users find information through a standard web search.
As you can see, Aritzia Super Puff is part of the conversation on TikTok and Instagram, where users look for information before even going to the website. Through organic content, where users already are, they get information about certain product, in this case the Super Puff, without feeling that they are being advertised to.
This slide shows marketplace search, such as Facebook Marketplace, Amazon, and eBay. Here, optimization directly impacts product visibility, pricing comparison, and purchase decisions, making search a key driver of sales.
Here we did an exercise on AI where we searched information in a conversational way. We gave some context to ChatGPT so that it could recommend us a Super Puff based on it. As you can see, AI is given Aritzia's website as the source, so it's very important for brands to create content that responds to audiences' needs in order to get traffic from these platforms.
This example shows voice assistant search, in this case Siri. Instead of traditional search results, users get direct conversational answers, often pulled from reviews and online discussions, which changes how brands are discovered.
Remember, search everywhere optimization is about being everywhere your customer looks. So make sure you add location tags on your posts and keywords that are related to it.
This example highlights user-generated content and review platforms like Reddit. Users rely on real experiences and community advice when making decisions, which means these platforms play a significant role in discovery and also trust.